Leah Williams and Lucas Wernick welcome the Avengers to Krakoa as the heroes come to pay their respects, but the mutants work hard to hide certain facts from Earth's mightiest heroes, but a surprise arrival throws everything into disarray. Leah Williams takes the story into surprising new territory as the Avengers are welcomed onto the island for a highly curated tour and look into the investigation of Wanda's death. I love getting more of the sinister shit Krakoa is up to, and it's so obvious here, with the mutants hiding things from people they supposedly call their friends and allies and feeding them only certain information which has been highly doctored and edited as well. I can understand why they would want to do some of that, since this is a mutant affair and they want to keep it in-house and deal with it themselves, but it seems really kind of shitty for them to do that sort of stuff, especially to people they've known for years and fought with. Hope also beginning to question the ethics of Magneto's capture and torture was fantastic as well, and the part with her waking Magneto has me kind of questioning whether the Magneto we saw after that was actually the real Magneto, since when he was awoken he was wearing the black and white costume, but this Magneto was wearing his villainous purple and red costume, so like why would he change? That doesn't make any sense to me. So maybe that was not Magneto and someone pretending to be him to sort of throw the Avengers off of what was really going on. There are so many awesome misdirections like that, and I love Williams keeps us guessing as to what is happening. Lucas Wernick delivers more weird and wonderful artwork that explores the psychics of Krakoa's power over the mind, with them searching through Eric's with some great MC Escher references, as well as more beautiful pages depicting Wanda's death and possible rebirth. The Trial of Magneto issue 2 gave us a few more questions than answers, but they were thoroughly engaging questions that, along with a good bit of action and a hell of an ending twist, made for a very enjoyable issue. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. The Trial of Magneto issue 2 finds Magneto still trapped inside his own mind, becoming aware he is, as in the garden, Hope apologizes for not sealing the mind enough. Xavier says it's okay since he should have warned the woman Magneto has a very strong mind, but Hope thinks that this is just torture and they shouldn't be doing it. Xavier knows it's not torture, it's them finding the truth, but Hope isn't convinced, knowing Xavier would know she didn't want any part of this, but Xavier apologizes for having to involve her in this, as she asks where Jean or Emma are and why couldn't they get involved. Xavier knows they are busy as the X-Men meet the arriving Avengers, hugging Vision and welcoming them to the island, offering them a tour. The team is shown around the island as Polaris and Jean telepathically discuss detouring the Avengers so they aren't privy to things like the hatchery and other secretive things. Soon they find Emma and the Cuckoos lounging around at the beach. Tony tries to put the charm on the mutant, but she pays no mind to him, hugging Janet as it's revealed Emma is using her powers to conceal the entire Arbor Magna and the hundreds of mutants behind her. Elsewhere, Rachel, Northstar and Daken find nothing of note in Magneto's home, only that the cradle that had the Cerebro helmet on it is missing and it is definitely connected to Wanda's murder. Rachel chrono skims the area, finding Magneto took the helmet himself. Wanda meanwhile continues to fall through the starry void, drawing a new form out of the void and remembering her own murder and the cloaked being who pursued her. She knows this wasn't a normal death as she exploded across the astral realm and into darkness and nothing. Hope meanwhile awakens Magneto, telling him there isn't much time until Xavier comes back. Hope wants to make sure the Avengers don't see Wanda's body, reinforcing the idea by hitting Magneto in the face to get him to comply. Captain America meanwhile talks with Northstar about his husband and the impression Kyle made on him at the Hellfire Gala. Quicksilver arrives, thinking one might mistake this horrible ordeal for something good, being that everyone is gathering together. Steve knows it's not the murder that's bringing them together, it's the grief and staggering loss of an incredible, unforgettable woman. Pietro thanks him for the kind words, apologizing for his outburst, but Steve knows it's warranted since he knows Wanda would be proud he is still protecting her, even in death. Northstar consoles Pietro as suddenly he is restrained by barbed wire. Rachel and Jean fight to protect the heroes with shields as Magneto attacks them, demanding the Avengers leave. Wolverine restrains Iron Man, not wanting the hero to start a fight, as Cap says the mutants are protecting them and that's the point, since they don't want them to have to fight on their own turf. Iron Man gives Cyclops 10 minutes before he's let loose, and Scott gets to work, wanting to make a new exit for them, but Polaris confronts her father, who is angered she wastes her time neglecting her studies to instead construct the boneyard out of magnetized materials. Cyclops blasts Eric with his eye beams, but Eric continues pulling apart the boneyard. X-Factor are assembled to make sure no one disrupts the investigation or takes any evidence. The Avengers get involved, attacking Magneto, but he throws Captain America's shield into Iron Man and disrupts Vision's body. Kyle returns to the island, asking what's happening as Magneto takes him hostage, demanding the Avengers leave Krakoa now. Northstar says that they can leave, but he needs to let go of Kyle. Magneto knows that he's not one of them and he's a human, but Northstar knows that he's a Krakoan just as much as all of them. Cap asks if Magneto really wants to hurt his own people, but Eric says that he wants them to leave is all. Steve asks why, wondering why he's trying to keep them from Wanda's body. Eric knows that none of them know what home is for Wanda, relenting and saying that he killed her and wants them to leave because he's guilty, wanting to be taken away before he changes his mind. The heroes, however, aren't listening as the Scarlet Witch has returned, saying that she disagrees with Eric's confessions. Mystique watches from a nearby forest, knowing this could be interesting as Wanda greets everyone, wanting to put this whole ordeal behind her and get back to normal as she kisses Vision.